Gavin, you've written this latest article. It's called Cat Fight. So I'm going to ask you a few questions about it. This isn't the first time you've written about feminism. Let me start by asking you, because you upset a lot of feminists in this world, why do you hate women so much?
I hate women because they're not attracted to me anymore now that I'm ugly. So I search the internet for statistics to justify some sort of attack on them because it makes me feel better about myself.
Okay, so you say feminism is dead. You've gone on in this article to say feminism can't complain about real suffering anymore, so they create straw men to rail against. What do you mean there?
Yeah.
What kind of straw men are these women creating?
Well, for example, I was defending Terry Richardson because he's a photographer who slept with this woman who was like a porn star, pinup girl, whatever. And several years later, she decided she didn't enjoy the intercourse and criticized him. I defended him saying, sorry, that's not rape. You're trivializing rape. And then I was called a rape apologist. So they take a statement like, I find women can be annoying when they're drunk. And then they change that into women should not be allowed in bars.
Right.
And you go, I never said that.
Well, you know, I don't identify with the feminist movement so much because I think there's such a negative stigma attached to that word. But let me play the devil's advocate for a second. You know, women will come at you and they'll say, we still get catcalled in the street. There are still some statistics that show that women make less than men. This is a movement that is ultimately about empowering women. You know, how do you respond to that?
I say, I'm not counting Islam or anything east of Europe. I'm saying today in the Western world, 2014, the crusade is done. Women don't earn less than men. Women choose to earn less than men when they're married and have kids because they'd rather go to their daughter's piano recital than stay up all night working on a proposal. When women are single and young, they actually make more than men. And as far as catcalling goes, working class women, black and Hispanic women, enjoy catcalling. Middle class liberals hate it, but I'll tell you, the only thing women hate more than catcalling, even white middle class liberals, is the day it ceases.
I hate catcalling, but I still get catcalled. Now I want to pull up a few.
Come on, you really hate it? Hey, beautiful woman, I find you attractive. How is that annoying?
Well,
hey, woman who spent some time getting ready this morning to look pretty. You did it. It worked.
Okay, fine. But let me pull up a few boards from men actually, that have responded to your article because, you know, the first thing that came to my mind is none of them are wearing a wedding ring. So this one says, I'm a happy feminist because feminism empowers me. The second one says, I'm a happy feminist because not all men are jerks like Gavin McInnes. I guess that's you. The third one says, I'm a happy feminist because I get to be an aspiring ally and work with amazing people. And the fourth says, I'm a happy feminist because I can wear what I want. You know, again, I got to go back to this point. None of them are wearing wedding rings. Let me know if you think that matters. And the second point is, I think they missed the point.
Well, that's how bad it's gotten. Now feminism has become so loose and so diluted that men are coming aboard saying, hey, I can be a feminist because it's okay to be gay. And you go, what are you doing here? You don't belong in this movement. Or I heard a girl the other day saying, I need feminism because we still live in a culture where it's considered okay to cut off the top of a baby's penis.
Right.
And you go, that's a penis. You don't have one of those. You can't be, why are men coming aboard? And I find when I say things, like I recently said it's okay to hit a woman if she hits you 12 times. And I had all these male conservatives saying, that's disgusting. You should never hit a woman under any circumstances. And feminists were saying, 12? More like 1. We're equal to men. So I find that modern feminism is worse for women than traditional conservatism. And even there's a new anti-feminist woman named Karen Strawn.
I've met her.
She's like a 5 out of 10. Yeah, she's not that hot. But she was saying that before feminism began, they were considering, the president of the United States was considering making wife battery a capital offense. So traditionally, men have been more delicate, or have considered women more sacred than feminists have. They're all about slut walks and have sex till you're 40 and work your ass off supporting a family. They're harder on women than women.
I want to ask you.
Than men, sorry.
We have just a few moments left, but I want to ask you because I think that the pro-choice movement has become synonymous with the feminist movement, and there are so many men in this world today that are, over the top pro-choice. What do you think? Is it because they personally are pro-choice, or is it because of their own self-interest?
Free love is very convenient for single guys. Slut marches are very convenient for single guys. There's a lot for men in feminism. It's a great place to be because it means you get to have sex with whoever you want, and when she gets pregnant, she aborts it. About 50% of women are pro-life. And what's really interesting about abortion is we're getting towards gender-based abortions, as we've seen in China. That doesn't go well for women. Women are having abortions based on
they're
gender,
happening
and
in
women
Canada
tend to
too.
lose on that.
They're happening
Yes.
in Canada too.
So it's starting to become a genocide of unborn females. So you have free sex, genocide of females, and oppression of pro-life women. Abortion has nothing to do with feminism.
You know, you've sufficiently made me blush this interview, but that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining me.
The thing about being pepper sprayed is you go, how do I know this isn't acid? So there's this overwhelming fear that you're going to be that guy on the cover of National Geographic, and it just says like the face of free speech. And you have like a weird nose that's a magnet, like Michael Jackson had, that you take off at night and put by the bed, and your wife doesn't even care. She makes love to you with that weird triangle. Thank you for continuing to love me. And this, obviously, you don't want to lose that. I would, some of you uglier people, I mean, it's not much of a loss, obviously. But this is high quality. But then you wash your face a little bit and you taste pepper and you just go, thank God I get to keep this gorgeous mug. And I'm just going to have these strange sort of like baby's genitalia for like the next 20 minutes. So I did the speech, but it was not unlike a concussion because you have to wait 15 minutes for the guy to sort of be able to see. And I could just sort of see them. It was like just waking up, like, hey, wake up, you're at a podium. Oh, what time is it? Speech time, come on. And then they kept chanting, screaming, whose campus, our campus, whose campus, our campus, again and again and again. I don't even know what that means. Whose campus, our campus? Yes, it's your campus. Debate over. I think it says on the flyer, like, visiting speaker. I'm not moving here. Gone. As soon as you shut up, I'm gone. In fact, don't you want me out of here? Why don't you just zip it and we'll get through this? So I walked over to them and I gave one of the kids a microphone, set a bunch of microphones, and it was like a radioactive phallus, really. And I'm putting it up to the guy's face, and as I get close to him, he just starts going like that. I'm like, did you predict my analogy? It's a microphone still. I haven't come up with the radioactive thing yet. And as I get closer, he's like, who's camping? And then I would take it away, just like those readers with the isotopes. They go click, 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 click. And so I would take it away from him and they go, whose campus, our campus? And then I would get closer and go, whose campus? And I realized these guys don't care about ideas. This is just fashion to them. It's just the mods and the rockers fighting in Brighton Beach. It's just a game. It's LARPing. It's live action role playing. And that's unfortunate because America was built on ideas. America was built on people hashing out stuff. And it's a very unique place. Like I was thinking of an intro that I blew with the concussion tangent. But when you come to these things, you just want to go, especially when you're being recorded, you want to go, I'm not a racist, I'm not sexist, I don't have no problem with gays. I mean, it's kind of weird when you picture it, the actual act. But as far as talking to them, that's not my problem. It's sexism. I mean, I don't like I don't like sexism. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. What is sexism? I never thought of that. You're different to me. No, she's not. She's a dude. I'm a feminist. Okay, hey lady, you're a dude. Thank you. This is my mother. Hey dude. Hey dad. I'm not a dad. I just made you guys cookies. You didn't have to. In fact, I would have rather you were mowing the lawn, because I'm a feminist. That's how it works. I want you outside doing labor, and I want the dad to make cookies. We don't want to do that. Too bad. I'm an egalitarian. Anyway, but it's funny that Republicans, especially in New York, you feel this need to apologize and go, I'm sorry, I'm not racist. It's not racist. But it's there's no other culture like that. Like, you can't imagine a Japanese guy getting out here and going, I'm not a racist. I just like Japan. In fact, you wouldn't get it from an English-speaking Japanese, but I bet if I spoke perfect Japanese, as Jared Taylor does, I bet you would go up to like a Japanese guy my age and go, I heard you were racist. And he'd probably go, yeah. I hope so, I'm Japanese. So you hate Koreans and everyone, you think they're less than you? Yeah. Are you having a stroke? Or Mexicans even. I heard you hate black people and you don't want your daughter marrying them. Yeah. What, is this a trick question? Whereas a white guy would be so mortified, and the irony of us always having to tiptoe around is that we're actually the least racist, homophobic, xenophobic, blah, blah, blah. Move around. I don't mean white people per se. Look, I'm already apologizing. But Westerners, Western culture, the West in general, is a meritocracy. It's just baseball, coast to coast. And if you can throw a fastball at 100 miles an hour, you're in. I don't care what you look like. We're kind of greedy in that sense. Like the whole concept of racism where you go, hey, I'm just checking out your resume here. It says that you can save my company $80 million a year. Oh my God. And you're only charging $1 million. Sounds like we're gonna be, ew. You're Filipino. I feel gross that I touched your resume. Because you touched it with your weird little Southeast Asian rice hands. Get him out of here. Security! But it makes us easy prey, as Pat Buchanan talks about in Death of the West, for the hucksters who want to see us dance. I mean, there's just something about Westerners where we do all this good, we deliver all this freedom, and then someone shoots at our feet and we just go, oh, sorry, I'm dancing, don't be mad. And I think one of the reasons Trump was successful is he said, you know what, be mad. I really feel like that was a massive turning point when he was saying anchor baby. Yes. And someone said, excuse me. He said, why are you saying anchor baby? He's probably lived here for 40 years. And Trump said, what? That's the best thing about him, too. Who are you? Remember one time someone yells out, we love you, and he goes, I love you too. He goes, wait a minute, that's a guy. He was running for president, everyone's hanging on his every word, he's like, this guy's a fag. You love me? You want to make out with me? I don't love you, homo. No, I do, I like you, but don't say that, that's gay. It's Archie Bunker. He's a fag. Oh no, that's Tony Soprano. And so he says to the guy, what do you want? What should I say? It's talking the way you would talk in a bar. I mean, that's what I love about Ann Coulter. Everyone's ears burn off when she says something, but you realize that's how you talk in a bar. Our blacks are better than their blacks. She's saying that we own slaves. No, she's saying that our blacks have to argue with their relatives at Thanksgiving, so their arguments are more thorough. They've been hammered out. They're like Rocky. They've been bashed around a few times, so they've done their research. So he said, and he hadn't thought of it, of course. And isn't that sort of the crux of the left? This was a real major turning point for me. It's when I fell madly in love with him, in a gay way. Because I thought, this is everything, this one moment. The left wants to sabotage the West, blow it up, just burn it to the ground. Or, okay, Marxists, here's the government. What are you going to do? Maybe she be the undocumented baby born of unnaturalized citizen parents that are making love until a baby comes out of them and then the baby's there? And Trump interrupts him halfway through his crazy, long, 7-word thing, and he goes, yeah, I'm gonna do anchor baby. So, the crux of my speech today, which is a 4-hour speech, I hope you guys brought sleeping bags. It's gonna be like